What's the ROI grade on this MBA?
Ooh, that's a hard question, I have to say.
Hi friends, and welcome to the Aspiring CMO podcast, where every week it is my privilege to sit down with successful content creators, entrepreneurs, and marketers to find out how they got where they are and what marketing strategies we can learn from them to grow our businesses, brands, and most importantly, ourselves. Today's episode, I'm going to interview my best friend Thanh, who is right now a marketing professional at a large company in Canada. Her journey started in Vietnam as a biotechnician and landed in a marketing job. So I'm going to pick her brain on how does it feel like to change your career from A to B completely.
One day you just realize like it doesn't work. You have to do something else and you have to start again from zero.
And what were the differences between Vietnamese education and Canadian education? And I'm going to ask her, was it really worth it to do an MBA in Canada, especially in the middle of lockdown? I hope you guys enjoyed this episode as much as I did. And make sure you leave a review before you finish the episode. That would help me out a lot. So, okay, let's get into the video. Your journey has been so inspiring for young people, especially if you want to make a big jump from like Vietnam to Canada. And you did it all by yourself, by the way, with very minimal support. And I really admire for you for that. Right now, would you like to introduce yourself, your current role, and how you got there?
So at the moment, I'm a marketing coordinator for a Constellation software company. It's kind of like a conglomerate of like 500 companies, and I work for one branch of it. I landed this job after like 6 months trying to find, an ideal job for me, and I really like this job so far. I moved to Canada 2 years ago, pursuing my MBA, and after that, this is the journey that I think is like start another chapter of my life.
That's fantastic. I saw all the journey from inception to where you are now, but I know that before you started MBA, there was a big change in your life. Can you share with us how you got into marketing in the first place?
Yeah, that's a long and I have to say like bizarre story. So I started in biotechnology. I used to be a technician. Yes, biotechnology. I love science. I want to be a doctor. I want to be a vet. So I study biology. But at that time, being a doctor is like very competitive. So I think, okay, biotechnology is going to be a future of, technology. So I just went there without any other thinking. But after 4 years studying, I kind of acknowledge one thing is that I want to interact with people. I want to do more like creative thing. Why biotechnology is more researching. I don't say that it's bad, but it's just not suit with my personality. So at that time, I was like, okay, what else can I do?
Yeah,
I took master for what is we call like lab science trading. So that a master degree for technician. They provide business skill, marketing skill for technician because sometimes they need a bridge between selling the product with creating the product. So
okay.
These people are going to be the bridge. And at that time, I met my wonderful professor. He's a marketer, like he's a big marketer. He worked at Kodak. And after I having his lecture, I was like, this is what I want to do. This is exactly what I want to do. I want to creating things. I want to have being a strategist. I want to, like promote not only myself, but the product of the company. And that's when I was like, okay, I want to do marketing. So right before I graduated from master, I immediately applied for marketing.
Marketing, like a new bachelor degree, or did you?
At the time, I applied for marketing in the life science company.
Oh, so your first job.
Mm-hmm. Yes, my first job. That's when my marketing journey will start because I have a background in biotechnology and I have skill in marketing after the degree. So technically in the company within only 1 year, my career take off really fast. So just after I think 1 year from being a marketing executor to I become like associate marketing manager.
Mm-hmm.
But then I kind of realized like, oh, there's a lot of new things that I don't know. I think you also feel the same because you keep learning new things and you also introduce me to new things. So thanks for that, Annie. But yeah, that because of that, I was like, okay, if I really want to do marketing specifically, then maybe I need to learn new things. So I moved to Canada, pursuing my MBA, and here I am.
Whoa. Okay. I love this short summary, but there's so much to unpack. But I want to comment on when you said like, well, there's so much you don't know, and you don't know what you don't know.
Exactly.
The same reason why I started the podcast. Like, I want to hear everybody's stories and see where people started and how they ended up with today. But when you change career so big, like, was it scary for you, or was it like, you know what, this is what I need to do, let's go?
It's actually super scary because imagine you spend like 4 years of your life pursuing something, and then one day you just realize like it doesn't work. You have to do something else and you have to start again from zero. As mentioned, there's two stage of my life that is like totally scared the shit out of me.
You can swear, it's fine. It's my podcast.
I know. Is that when I start like marketing by myself, like with only one degree that is like 30% of business and 70% of science. So I'm still having the root of science, but I'm doing totally new things. Like there's really no lab, nothing. You're just being promoted the product. So that time, even though I know that I can do it, I still scare. Like really, really scare. Like sometimes you don't know, okay, where you should start. If your manager asks you to do something like, okay, manage social media, manage website, it was like, I know that something should be done, but where can I start? Like, where should I start? What will be the first step?
Yeah.
Right?
Yes. Also know from like, as a friend of yours, you also took a lot of like online courses. Yep. Did you do that? Right? Was it for business or was it for marketing?
At that time, I have like in-person class, 30% of business and marketing, and 70% is science. So they still teach like technician the ability to do business.
Okay.
Like that master class. So yep, I have marketing skill. I think I want to think that, and because that way about thinking, I was like, yes, let's just do it. So even though I'm scared, but because I like it so much, so I'm just like, let's do it. If you make mistake, you're gonna know and you're gonna learn and you're gonna move on.
Yeah, love it. Love it. Just move on. Let's move. Now let's move on to the part when you actually moved from Vietnam to Canada, which is not a short distance at all. I know it's more of a mental and emotional challenge rather than like professional. Do you think it was, like, now looking back, going to an MBA, do you think it was beneficial for you?
Personally for me, I think it is. It is have an upside and also a downside. I have to admit, because my MBA is like, to start of it was online. So I didn't make all the connection that I need. Okay. One thing I really admire about you and Matt is that you have a lot of networking, you have a lot of connection. That is something that I thought I can achieve in MBA, but I couldn't.
Not but your fault. I don't know. I mean,
well, COVID. Yeah, part of it. I blame COVID. Anything bad, I blame COVID. But part of it is because I also, even though I want to be marketing, unlike you, I'm not like ready to make, like conversation with stranger, or like, just come to someone and ask like a bunch of questions and then create a connection. So that is something I really love to learn from you, and I admire you for that.
Oh, thank you. It's called stalking people on the internet. And not once did I just approach someone saying like, yay, I know where you live. I know what you do. I know how many kids you have. And they're like, what is going on? But again, like, if you have a podcast like this, then somebody listens, and most likely they will take something out from it and they will know your journey.
Wow, that's a skill. Like, even if an impression is it bad or is good, it's still an impression, right?
Yeah. Sorry, Isaac, if he's ever listening to this, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, Kyle.
Sorry.
It totally stumped the both out of them. Yeah. Well, okay. So now that we talk about MBA, let's talk about the actual lectures and like your impression of the education. Well, how do you compare it to, first of all, to a Vietnamese university? Because you've been to both, like Western, Eastern uni. And do you think the price is worth it? Was the ROI great on this MBA?
Oh, that's a hard question, I have to say. Like, again, pros and cons for both. Vietnam education is technically you sit down, you jot down all the things you learn from the lecture, and then you just get out of class. Like there will be mostly no interaction whatsoever.
Oh, okay.
Like because I study in science school, is unlike RMIT, you study international school may be different. I don't know. I will not pretend like no. But in MBA is very different. Like you have tons of assignment, like small assignment. Every lecture will have like question for you to really think about what you have learned on that day. Or maybe because I study in different language, so the mindset is also different. But I like my MBA, I have to say. The price is high. It actually cut my heart when I heard about like how much it costs.
Oh no. Yeah.
I know. And you know, like even the school is a business school, so they really know how to do business.
Right.
From international student. But the ROI is good. An MBA degree in Canada or like in a North American country, you actually can raise your base salary 20 or like 30% more than like new grads. For example, the MBA may cost you like 100,000, but you can actually make that money back within a year or even less if you got a good job.
I mean, thinking that you spent like 6 months applying for a job, that's pretty normal. Right.
Yeah, it's pretty normal in Canada. I don't know, like there's a lot of people also saying like, oh, it's so easy to like apply for a job in Vietnam. I can just like throw my resume out there and I can maybe got a job. It's not the case in Canada.
Yep.
But like,
I mean, the number of companies are less probably, right?
Yeah, but I think it depends because a person like you, Annie, I think it's gonna be like really easy for you in a way because you have like a lot of skill that needed in Canada right now. You have immense experience as a freelancer.
Nice.
Yeah, and you also know how to use technology. Like you upgrade yourself with the speed of development of technology. So that is something that really needed.
Thank you. You know, I really wanted this podcast to shine you more, but you are shining me back. I'm so thankful. This is bestie energy right here. But applying for a job is always like tricky, right? I also want to do an episode how I first applied for my first marketing job, and it was nerve-wracking. It was horrible. But once I landed a job, everything seemed to be fine, and new problems started.
Exactly.
Yeah. Let's talk about SEO a little bit because we are both in SEO. In MBA, did they talk about search engine optimization at all? No.
I took like 4 courses in marketing. More than four courses, and I specialize in marketing. But it's rarely any course specifically in SEO. Usually in MBA, you're gonna study like a survey of like strategy, general, how to combine all of the marketing strategy in ones. You maybe in the future when SEO is become more popular, then there will be a course in SEO. But for now, no.
I see. See, and what do you see in your peers, like people who went to the same class as you? Like, where are they today?
Many of them is like in finance. So my school is specialized in finance. So most of my friend is like finance in consultant. So people go to MBA want to be consultant. Consulting is a good job and good pay, high pressure but high pay. And being a consultant again is like being a strategist. So you have to know many different things. That's why.
Yeah. Awesome.
I don't want to be
And
consultant. So
you're growing into the role though. Like I think in maybe a year or two, it's pretty inevitable that it's gonna be tightly the consultant. I'm just saying. How do you enjoy your new job now as a marketing coordinator?
Oh, I loved it. I love my company. I love the job that I'm doing. I like my manager. I love my director. I actually have no complaint about it. Like even though I just started like 5 months, but I learned a lot. The difference between like marketing B2B, marketing B2C, different in how to be a good leaders, good
Yeah.
managers. So loved it.
I love how you
Can't say
touched on
anything.
good leadership because part of me that came up with the Aspiring CMO is that not only am I passionate with marketing, but if I want to be a CMO one day, I will have to be a good leader. So would you share with me and us, like, how do you see the leadership around you and what can we learn from them?
You also read a lot of like articles about the difference between a boss and a manager or like a leader, right? A boss means like they only give you work and then they force you to do it and maybe they blame you, they're not teaching you anything. My manager and my director is very different. They by themselves is a perfect, or I can say like exquisite executor. Like they do their job really well and they keep sharpen their skill. They never stop learning. They are the one who updates the new technology almost every day. They read about every article, they follow LinkedIn, they share their knowledge. And then they teach us back. Like if we make a mistake or if they give us a task, they not just like, yeah, go do it. They will give us like, they will ask us, okay, do you have enough resources for your job? Do you know what you need to be, it need to be done? Is there anything that I can help you with? And if you have questions, don't like shy to ask. Some people get really irritated when you give someone a job and they come back to you with like a list of questions that they immediately was like, why don't you ask this from the beginning? Why don't you like tell me this before like having a job? But the things like as you say, we don't know what we don't know. The moment when you execute a job, you immediately figure out like, oh, there's this block. This is a block. How can I encounter? Right? How can I, go through it? How can we get through it? And the only one we can seek for help, maybe our manager, or at least they can point you to the right direction. So to me, that's a really good manager.
That's cool. Okay, so back to connect with the MBA. So does all of your managers have MBA as well, master degree?
I think so. Yeah, I think my director has it. Yeah.
Cool.
She's an MBA from India.
All right. And how do you see that? Do you think that all your leaders are proficient in all of aspect of digital marketing?
To answer this question, I would say yes and no. We did talk about it in one of our like weekly meeting that some people they know their strength, right? So some people are really good with, for example, Salesforce. They don't need to be perfect in all of the aspects. But when you say digital marketing, there's a lot to come in digital marketing, right? It's kind of like they praise me for what I'm good at, for example, SEO, or like supporting landing page website, but they know what I'm doing. Like they don't know the level that may be very deep inside, but they at least knowing that, okay, this is what she's doing. Is she doing like correct or not? We will not like, just saying, oh, I'm doing that. And they just like, okay, you're doing whatever you want. Or they just like hand off it. No, they know what you're doing. They still like follow it. They just not, interfere, or they just not like putting their mindset on what you're doing. Okay. And yeah, so I think they know all the aspects. They just don't need that. There's a need for them. There's no need for them to know like very deep level, but they still know.
Okay. So do you think that if you ever want to be a CMO one day, you would have to experience maybe all of the aspect of marketing first and then go to a leadership role, or how does it work?
So personally to me, I think if I want to be a CMO, yes, I need to know like the broad term of like what is the marketing and how can they fit into one pictures. That is what need to be in a strategist. I need to think as a strategist. I might not, again, like you're really good in SEO. You know much more than I do. I might never reach a certain level like you, but at least I know what I need to know. And maybe not only SEO, but other like aspect of marketing. If I want to be CMO, I need to know that. I need to know about business. CMO is not only about marketing.
Exactly.
Yeah. And you also need to, as you say, be a leader. Being a CMO means that you run a whole company, you have many people under you. You need to know how to teach them, how to train them, how to be an efficient team, and how to manage almost like everything at the same time. So management skills I needed. But yeah, if I want to be in CMO, I don't think I just like keep digging down in one aspect, but I need to know more than I know.
Okay. How many years of experience do you think someone would need to become a chief marketing officer?
More than 15 years.
15?
Yeah, 15. My manager at the moment, or even like the marketing specialist in my company at the moment, she has like 8 years of experience. My director have been 10 years of experience, and my CMO, she has like 20 years of experience and 15 more years with the company that she's working at the moment.
That's hardcore, employee loyalty right there. That's
right.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So I know that you are extremely ambitious and you're really punctual and precise. That's why you are one of my heroes. And you just started being a coordinator and you are overseeing pretty much the whole hierarchy of this huge company. But now my question is that since that you know what's kind of ahead of you, do you think that you would like to pursue this in the future? Like you want to climb these ladders, or would you want to go by yourself at one point?
It's a bit of both. Being employed in a big company teach you a lot of lesson in like how to work with people, and you can like observe how other people, also like in a big network work together. I would love to, of course, being a CMO one day, because it's going to require a lot more responsibility. And of course, who doesn't want to be like, you must have a goals in front of you. And even if I have a business by myself, maybe I can be a CMO in my own company, right?
Oh, you will be more than a CMO in your own company.
So why
that's
not?
That's
why
the main
not?
point, right?
That's right. But climbing the ladder also requires a lot of like skills. It's just not like day one or day two and you just like jump from one level to another. Each of the level require different skill, and in order to achieve it, you also need to learn, observe, and then like equip yourself with everything that you know. Sometimes like they also don't know what they require, but you can like, your ability will show them, okay, I can do more, I can do this. You can suggest that, like how you do with market with Toastmaster, and like that's why you become like a president of the club. Because
we were both presidents of our club.
Yeah, but
just
you
FYI.
yourself know, okay, suggest more, we should do this, we should do that. That is like how strategists think, right? So you're already trying to equip yourself to be zero one day. You just don't acknowledge it.
Oh no, I am. I made a whole podcast on just CMO stuff.
That is
step
like
number one.
I just acknowledge it. That's why I'm saying like you are much more advanced than I do at your age.
I don't think so. Oh, age. Let's tap on that one a little bit, because okay, so you and I always talk about like the age thing, because first of all, our parents are like, Asian parents are pretty pushy for us to achieve more and more and make more and always more. And I know that in this generation too, that we are very impatient. In your story, when you decided to like, I change your career from like technician to become a marketer, which is, you could also be a baker at this point, like that's how much you've changed. And what's your comment on like age versus like career change, and then the concept of time when you want to grow.
Is there a concept of time in that situation though? Like depends on people. I think like in many of our conversation we talked about this. Like some people like you know like specifically what you want to achieve in front of you, even though you said that you don't see like what you want to be in the future. But I think like unconsciously you already draw, okay, what step do I need to do to achieve one thing. For me it's very different. I have to say, like for me at 24 I don't know what I will become. At 25 I'm still wondering like what will be my road. At that time I'm still like wondering, okay, what career would be suitable for me. So there's a lot of people I think will be in the same situation as I am, is that even at 30 they still like sitting in front of the window asking, oh my god, what will I become in the future, what will I do tomorrow. So yeah, the concept of time is different for different people. To me now it's getting clearer and clearer because I try a lot of things and make a lot of errors, and I was knowing that, okay, this is not for me and this is for me.
I love that. Yes. So I think it's a very healthy way of thinking as well, because people would think like, oh, by the time you're at 30, you should be doing this, or you should be making this much, which is, again, like a part of me is like, okay, I'm getting pushed. I kind of like it, but at the same time, like, is it the healthy way to push,
Different people had different like click. Some people was like, you can achieve $100 million like by doing this job, then it clicked with them. Some people was like, no, I want to follow my passion. There's a click for them. So that's why you see like there's people at like 42, 45 or like 50 and they like startup, like doing startup. I was like, what? But that's what people want. Maybe one day when I was like, okay, I think I have enough. I want my own business. Me and Annie was like having like good networking right now. We know a lot of people. Let's start a business. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? Who knows? I love that. But what would be an advice for most of our Toastmaster friends, for example? We know that our Toastmaster community is full of talented young people. What would your advice be for them? Like people in their early 20s, just getting out of college or high school even?
I think the only advice I can give for them is that don't be afraid of the path in front of you. It's just take it. Don't think that you are like not good enough. Don't think like negative. Like don't have a negative thinking about yourself. Eventually your career will come. Maybe you cannot see it clear right now. The path in front of you is in front of you. Like right. Don't look back. Just don't look down.
So a path in front of you, meaning like start something or?
Yeah, just start something. Just do something. Honestly saying, just try.
Try, right?
Yeah, just like, that's what I meant. Like you think that there's like no road, no path in front of you. You think that you're stuck at one place. There is a path. Just need to like take the first step. Just like try. Maybe you think like, okay, like me. Okay, you're done with biotechnology. You don't know what else you want to do. Just try marketing. Just try sell. I did try marketing. I tried like telesales. I even tried to do startup. That's fell. That's success. And that's when I know, okay, what's gonna be for me. If you don't try, you don't like give yourself a chance to figure out, what is for you, then you will never know. So why be afraid to take action? Like Annie, again, Annie is like the one that I like the most about this, because you try a lot of things.
No, I haven't done telesale and I don't want to.
But again, you already know what is not for you already at the beginning. But you in the marketing, you try SEO, you try digital, you do paid ad, you even try like doing podcasts, you try to be speakers, you try president, you almost try everything already. So
there's so much more to try. This is why the ACMO and my AI website came to my mind, so that I mean, when I ran Facebook ads, it was before the iOS update, for example. I haven't run ads since. When it comes to social, like I think the most successful social project I had was the Hot Cool Milk, the Toastmaster, and the SEO Mastery Summit-ish. That was more like paid though. But my organic marketing, I haven't really done anything that is just my face.
Yeah. No wonder why in the poster there's like your face.
Well, your face. Actually, it's not my full face. It's just my eyes.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking, as a child, people made fun of my eyes a lot because I was in a white country. I know it's weird, but people made fun of my eyes because I'm Asian. And now
I'm so jealous of your eyes. Come on. I cannot stop like giving you compliment on like every time that you're just not being confident in yourself. I was like, oh shit, you are like the perfect girl in front of my eyes. Like,
oh
yeah, it's like you have a perfect eye color. I don't know.
And I made myself clear, like, oh, okay, I think it would be fun to heal myself in a little bit. If I ever start a personal brand and put something on that people may always fun of. Plus, it's a conversation with cool people, and I'm very curious of everyone. So, I'm lucky.
I can say that you stalk people. Yes.
Yeah. That should be my motto, like professional stalker.
Yeah. But be careful. Police can catch you with that.
Or I joined the police, like, who knows, like from digital marketer to FBI agent,
Yeah, you can find anyone, every information about one person. Exactly. That's what we're good at.
All right. What about, let's talk about a little bit with money, because I think money is like pretty much in a between. First of all, it's in everything, but also when it comes to marketing, we always want to create sales or leads, which then obviously leads to sales. And, as a business, we always look at profitability, but also as a personal development standpoint, like how does money come to your decisions and all that stuff. So first of all, when you decided to take that huge investment at MBA, and now that you say that the ROI is pretty okay, but still, what would you advise for people who, for instance, don't have much? They cannot afford to go to school.
They don't take MBA. Honestly,
yeah, I mean, I don't think they even can take a BA, but they have the passion, they have the how to say energy to do something. Like, anything
I
you
have
could
to
advise?
say, yeah. Sorry to cut you off, but I had to say, like, it's not only about don't take MBA. I don't say that because I have money that I take MBA. I just think that is a shorter path, and I can afford it. But for people who can afford it, and I know there's a lot of people like that. I'm privileged in a way, I know. But if you don't have money, you have passion, you want to learn, there's a lot of YouTube video. There's a small certificate that you can achieve. You can just like study maybe 2 or 3 days, or you can talk to people.
Yeah.
Talking to people, discussing the idea, try. There's also many, I think, intern position that maybe they're unpaid. Like I actually did unpaid internship in order to learn. If people are willing to do that, for sure they can learn more. And it's always like have to sacrifice something. For example, I said that I can afford it because during like 4 or 5 years of my like working experience or like time of working, I have to save. I have to save in order to support this. I have to, let my family know from very early that this is my dream. I'm trying to achieve it. I think I started saving when I was 6 years old. My mom
6 years old?
Yeah, my mom trying to take my like lunar new year, like lucky money. Yeah. I was like, nope, I keep it. I invested. I invested like not like stocks or anything, but I invested like bank. I invested in like if my mom have like business with their friend, I was like, yes, this is my money. I'm gonna take like this much a percentage.
Oh my God, what an entrepreneur right here. Okay, I did not know that.
But that is something. And if I give it to my mom, I would ask her to like either like, invest it in something, and when she give it back, and there would be like an interest in it.
Yeah.
So technically I loaned it to my mom. So half of my tuition was paid by myself.
That's incredible. Yeah.
So I that is like, again, if you have a chance to like save money, you save. If you don't, then there's a lot of other way to just to learn it. It's maybe just take a longer path.
Yeah.
Okay.
Love this.
I don't think like for Annie, I don't think that she's gonna study anymore, but she's incredible. So
I mean, I want to be so rich someday that I can go back to university and study something like extremely irrelevant to me, like art history.
I know.
Something.
I actually also told that to like my partner Sean, like, okay, we should make enough money that we just like study without worrying about it.
But no, I don't have any like negative feeling if somebody chooses to go to college. I myself went to college too, but it's not the only way to become successful. And I think that's
truly
the core reason why I want to interview so many entrepreneurs here, because people can see different paths. So that, for example, in your path, like I see that the major change from like biotech to marketing, that's like a huge jump that even myself, I don't know if I would dare to make such a big jump. For example, if I want to go from today, from a marketer, becoming like a vet tomorrow. Like, I don't know if I dare to do something like that. Yeah. And any final words from you?
I say like, yeah, I think this is a podcast that's like worth listening. And you have like really good networking, and there's a lot of things that I think anybody can learn, is because it's real, is in real life, is from real people, is actually what you might be the one who go through, and just believe in yourself.
I love that. Believe in yourself. Okay, Thanh, so before I let you go, any contact info if they want to reach out to you?
So you can contact with me on my LinkedIn, is just my name, Lê Như Quế Thanh. And
I'll link it down in the show notes.
Yeah. Or you can just, like type my own email, is that again, lenyuquethanhkinh92@outlook.com. Or just text Annie. She's technically like very close to me. She texts me, I immediately answer. So text her.
Yeah, thank you so much, Thanh, for your precious time, because time is the most valuable asset we have. And I'm always thankful for all my guests and for you, of course.
Thanks for having
dedicating time for this podcast.
Thanks for having me. It's my pleasure. It's lovely to talk to you.
Love you. All right. See you.
Thank you.